Hello everyone, I am Naushina, and if you have heard some of the earlier episodes in this series, you probably already know that I spend most of my time working around digital experiences, thinking about how products, interfaces, and small design resolutions shape the way people interact with technology. At Design Studio UI UX, the team I work with focuses on designing digital products and experiences for businesses across different industries. So, a lot of the conversations we have internally are about just one simple question. Does this experience actually make life easier for the person using it? Because good design should do exactly that. It shouldn't impress people with complexity, it should quietly remove friction. And that brings you to today's topic, and that is digital banking. If you look at India's digital payment ecosystem today, it's honestly impressive. Sending money can take seconds. UPI, QR codes, instant transfers, everything feel fast and effortless. But here's something interesting. The moment you open many traditional banking apps, the experience suddenly feel very different. You log in, there's an OTP, sometime a transaction password, then another confirmation screen, and you are still sitting there thinking, wasn't this supposed to be quick? Something that should take maybe 10 seconds suddenly turns into a small process. And the surprising part is, most of the time, this isn't a technology problem, it is a design problem. More specifically, it is a user flow problem. Think about the last time you opened your banking app. Why did you open it? Maybe to check your balance, maybe to send money to someone, or maybe just to quickly pay a bill. Nothing complicated. But sometimes you open the app and suddenly you're searching. You tap one menu, then another, and you're still looking for the thing you actually came for. And that's when a simple task suddenly starts taking longer than it should. And now that might sound like a small issue, but when money is involved, even small moment of confusion matter because people want to feel confident when they move their money. They want clarity. They want to clearly see what's happening and whether the transaction actually went through. This is where better design and increasingly AI can start making a real difference. And interestingly, AI is already showing up inside many banking apps. For example, in India, banks have started introducing AI assistants within their mobile app. HDFC Bank has EVA, which helps customers quickly find answers about transaction or services without needing to call support. ICICI Bank has something similar with its virtual assistant called iPal, which can guide users through common banking tasks and answers questions inside the app. Even SBI's Zono platform uses intelligent systems to surface frequently used services and recommendations based on how customers use the app. An Axis Bank AHA assistant works in a conversational way, helping users find features or complete actions without navigating through multiple layers of menus. And this trend isn't limited to India. Globally, banks are experimenting with simple ideas. For example, Bank of America's AI assistant Erica helps customers track spending, check balances, and manage transactions using simple conversational interaction inside the app. But AI in banking isn't about chat assistant. A lot of it works quietly in the background. For example, fraud detection system today use machine learning to monitor transaction pattern. If something unusual happens, maybe a login from a different location or an unexpected transaction, the system flags it and maybe asks for additional verification. So instead of slowing down every transaction, security only becomes stricter when it actually needs to. And this is where AI becomes really useful from a user experience perspective. It can reduce unnecessary steps, it can surface the action people use most often, and it allows the interface to adapt to real user behavior instead of forcing everyone through the same rigid flow. But at the same time, technology alone isn't the whole answer. People still want transparency. They want to understand how their data is used. And sometimes, if something feels off, they simply want the option to talk to a real person. Because the goal isn't to replace human interaction, the real goal is to remove unnecessary friction. Because in banking, every extra step creates hesitation. But when the experience feels simple and predictable, people stop worrying about the process and just focus on what they came to do. Over time, that ease becomes familiar, and that familiarity slowly builds trust between the customer and the bank. So maybe the real innovation in banking app isn't about adding more features. Maybe it's something simpler, designing flows that respect people's time. Because when technology quietly supports people instead of slowing them down, digital experiences start to feel natural again. And that's something worth designing for. Until the next episode, keep noticing the design around you. You would be surprised how much it shapes everyday experiences. Thank you for listening. Keep learning and stay cool.